So I want to talk about objects. Here I have a pen, and this pen has a green cap and a green body. Now if I wanted another one of these pens, all I have to do is get another one. And now I got two pens with the same colors. Now if I wanted the second pen to have a different cap, all I gotta do is change the properties of that one pen, and now this one has a green purple cap and this one has a green. But they're still both pens, and they both come from the same parent, or the same family of pens. This one just has a different color. Same goes for this one right here. It has a purple body and a green cap, where this one has a green cap and a green body. They're still both pens. They still both come from the family of pens. They're the same type of object, they're just different versions of one. Now this is how objects work, or more in detail, object-oriented programming. So we bring a class of a pen, and we go and we get another one, and we say, for this one we want a purple body and a green cap, or for this one we chose a green and green. And we could just keep replicating the pen body and keep making different versions of it. But we could still reuse the original class of a pen, because they're all the same. They all have a body, and they all have different caps. They're the same shape, they're the same everything, but they're not the same colors. And this is what makes object-oriented programming so powerful. You can build components, you can build near applications and just make different versions of them, but they use the same basic structure, which in this case is, like I said, a pen. So let's go over the example that we did in the video a second ago with the pens, and let's build that into code and actually see how it works. We're going to be making a class, so a structure for a pen and how it looks, and then we're going to initialize it, and initialize means make another version of it, or make a version of that structure. So we have the structure of a human, a head, feet, arms, whatever, but then we make a human, and then the human's called Bob, and he has all these features that come from the structure, or the class in code. That's what they call it, the class. So we're going to make a class called pen. We're going to give it a constructor. Now the constructor is what it holds the settings pretty much for the pen. So when it's first made, we're going to give it two things. We're going to give it a cap color, and we're going to give it a body color. We're going to have to link those to the actual class by doing this dot and whatever. So cap color, and then just do the same thing down here for pen. And once that's done, let's just make a little method here. Oops. And in here we could just do console.log. Let's just console.log the colors. So that looks good. We're going to have to initialize it. So we're going to have to say const, let's say green pen equals a new class, or a new instance of the class pen, and we're going to give it a green cap and a green body. And then down here we could just go and call that green pen and tell it to console the colors. So we're going to go and run it, and we get green and green. Now we could change this up. Let's just say blue, make sure. There we go. So what we had to do is make a class. Then we had to make a method which grabs the colors, and these colors are set in the constructor when it's first initialized. So this runs right away when you initialize. So when you do new pen right here, and you give it these two parameters, this constructor will run, but this won't. We have to call this manually. But whatever is in the constructor will run automatically when it initializes. Now we could just give it some defaults. So in my example in the video earlier, I did a green pen being changed. So let's just do that. So now if we got rid of those, we get an automatic default green. But let's say we had a function called change cap. And it took in a color, and then it went and said this dot cap color equals color. So we go down here, and here we're gonna go and change the cap to purple. And then here we're gonna console the colors again. So let's run that, and we can see that it actually changed. The first time it was green green, the second time it was purple green. So you see, you can make this into anything. You can make a class of a player in a game, and you could say when shot, give it how many health points it should lose, and the function will go and remove from the objects or from the classes health. It will remove whatever that health is. So if it was like 10 HP, let's say this is what it looked like. If we put in 10 in here, it would go down here and it would do -10 or whatever. And that's pretty much how games work. Games are made out of object-oriented programming, at least most of them. Let's do a little example of extending a class, and then I'll end it there since there's a lot for you guys to think about and to learn. Alright, so let's extend the pen class and make a pencil under it. So on the tree of different types of pens, we can make one called pencil, and then from there we can add to it its own properties that pen might not have. So let's start with a couple things. We need a constructor, and in the constructor we're going to bring down the color, and to bring it down we're going to have to use the super command. And when we run that, super will bring this down pretty much. It's not the most important thing to know, but it's just you need to write it if you're extending a class and you want to break down its properties. So we write super, then we're going to add another method, let's say sharpen. So a pen can be sharpened, but a pencil can be sharpened, but a pen cannot. Let's say I am sharp now. So down here I make a pencil, a yellow pencil, and I'm calling it color. So if I run this, we're getting its color yellow. Now let's call sharpen. I'm sharp now. Now let's change a couple things up. So this is going to be new pen. We're going to be making a yellow pen, and we're going to call sharpen on the pen this time, and let's see what happens. So it breaks. Now the reason it breaks is because the sharpen method is on the pencil class, which extends from the pen class, but it is not adding to it. It's pretty much copying. It's pretty much as if I copied this right here, took that, copied that, pasted it right there. So the pencil class really has part pen in it, and then sharpen method. It's just a way of reusing code. So if you made a player or a player class, and then you had an enemy and a hero, the hero and the enemy can have different powers and things like that that won't apply to each other and won't affect the player class. And from the player, then you can make even more. You could make just an NPC class, or you can just keep building off of that one class because it's so many things that they will all have. So in like my example with the pens, both these pens have the same structure. They have a cap and they have a body. Why write the code twice for both of them when you can just write cap and body 2 different colors, and then you can just get a pencil and you can add that in, and it would just simplify your life to not have to rewrite the code a couple times. I hope this introduction to object-oriented programming helped. If you're confused, that's fine. Let me know. I'm going to be jumping into React soon, so if you are having a hard time, it'd be nice to know so I can maybe make another video or 2 about this. But we're getting close to the React videos, and those are going to be really fun. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.